Here's another one. Why not Kamala Harris? Why not Kamala Harris? She's Indian, Jamaican, and black. Okay. So she's got a lot of her back past record of locking up. I have a problem with that. I also have a problem with lawyers. Okay. The United States citizens, according to genealogy, I had a book on genealogy, the genealogy of America. And Americans used to go in the courts and litigate for themselves. There were never lawyers until 1913 or the 1800 when the Bar Association came in. The Bar Association is a guild for lawyers. Lawyers have been running this country. Obama was a lawyer. Kamala Harris is a lawyer. Joe Biden is a lawyer. They're all lawyers. And lawyers, there is a thing called the secret oath that lawyers take. When a lawyer takes your case or anything like that, they are subject to the Bar Association. So they can't just do mainly what their customer wants them to do. They just can't do that. They have to go by what the Bar Association allows them to do. And Americans have been trying to get rid of this Bar Association for decades because they're saying lawyers and judges are the reason why our country is in the shape that it's in. People have not been paying attention. People haven't even paid attention to why the courts was so important with putting Republicans in the Supreme Court because we haven't had Republicans sitting on the Supreme Court in decades. All the Supreme Court justices were liberals at some point. So this is why not Kamala Harris, because we have already dealt with lawyers. Lawyers are running the country, and it has been scholars and reporters and people who have died to get this information out about how the judges and the lawyers are subverting the Constitution. They are tearing the Constitution up, throwing it in the trash, and they're doing what they want to do. That's what you call liberalism. Liberalism is stepping away from the Constitution, doing what you want to do, mob rule. So people that voted for Joe Biden, you might be on the wrong side of history after this goes down because this is decades of stuff that people have been complaining about the media and liberalism and subverting the Constitution, tearing up the Constitution. And the Constitution says this. Because if this Supreme Court thing doesn't work, the Constitution says this. If the government that you live in has become so tyrannical and so obtuse and not in favor of the people have a right to rebel, tear the government down, and rebuild a new one. Okay, remember the people gave their power to the government to handle the business that they couldn't do because they're raising their families. A lot of people do not understand the Constitution. They don't understand what was going on the last 9 months. All they're doing is celebrating. And I'm like, you're going to be in a grave, bad position when this thing goes left because it is going left. Um, The Constitution has not been followed for a long time. This is why you see a lot of people getting shot by the police because there were liberal judges that changed the law saying that it is okay for a police officer to shoot somebody while they're fleeing. This is why you see a lot of black men get shot when they're running from the police. A liberal justice put that law down saying that that was okay. So the things that you're seeing, it's the law that is predicting this harmony. I mean, this disharmony, and people don't get it. So what I did was I cleaned off my whole Facebook because I got too many people who are putting disinformation out, not looking at the information. They're putting it on Facebook. They don't understand it. And then it's getting cluttered in my damn feed because I know how to read and I know I have studied. I've been studying since 2008. And people, I do not watch TV. I stopped watching TV in 2008 because I knew that something was wrong. My channel is not based on TV program, because TV programming is the number one thing is why a lot of us are brain dead. Okay? A lot of us are voting as like a zombie. We're just putting anything. And then I'm so surprised at so many voters who just didn't like Trump and they don't know Joe Biden. And I'm like, wait a minute, you voted for Joe Biden and you don't know anything about his policies? Oh my God, this is crazy. But like I said, this lawyer thing, the United States have been trying to get rid of lawyers for decades. People have gotten killed trying to disperse the information to get the lawyers out of power. Now, the Republican side has lawyers too, but they're constitutional lawyers. So that's a different, because the Constitution is the charter of the United States. Just understand this. The United States is a corporation. There's a charter. That a charter is the goals of the United States. What is the United States purpose? Why is it open? It's a trade center. It's open for businesses. And the citizens are supposed to be business owners and things like that. But the citizens have thrown away their rights and became employees. Now, nothing wrong with having a job. Nothing wrong with having a job. But America was built on business. And most of the farmlands were like corporations. So this is what is happening. Rely on your history, because history is deemed to, people will repeat history who don't know it, and people history is deemed to repeat itself, and history is repeating itself all over again, and people just don't realize it, not paying attention. They're trying to catch up, and I'm just getting rid of people that are not trying to deal with reality. If you don't want to deal with reality, I can't mess with you, because your cognitive dissonance is the reason why a lot of us are in this mess now. People do not want to accept the truth. They don't want to get, they don't want to use the Constitution. They don't want to deal with that, because a lot of people keep on separating themselves with the Constitution, but you're a citizen. So how is the Constitution not on your side if you're a citizen? So people are just guessing, making guesstimations. I'm not making no damn guesstimation, because the news has made guesstimations for the last 7 days. This election first of all, when I start watching the media for this election, so they can go ahead and call it, and so I can go back to life. My God, the fact that I went through 80 emotions in 2 minutes is a reason why I stopped watching TV. The media, this is what the media kept doing. They were saying, folks, we have a projected winner. Joe Biden is the projected winner. And then in the same breath, they would say, but we don't know because they're still counting. That's hypocritical, okay? Because they told you that he's the winner. Then they pull back and say, well, we don't know because we're still counting. Either he's the winner or he's not. Okay, stop doing that, because that's sowing doubt in people. So this is why I don't deal with the media too much, because they'll say something, then they'll pull back with it and say and give you the truth with it, and then you have confusion. So I went through 80 emotions looking at this election in this media. So after I started watching the media, my blood pressure went down. Okay, so this is why I don't watch TV, because 1 minute they'll say something and then they'll pull back and say, well, we don't know, they're still counting. So and also too, it was like watching a Hollywood movie. Like when this Trump thing, because Trump he is a celebrity. Okay, he was a celebrity beforehand. So it is like watching the enemy of the state. But this enemy of the state is not black. He's a president. So it's crazy. And you know what? What's been keeping a smile on my face is all of these YouTubers and content creators out here calling out certain people who were campaigning and helping memes. They have memes of Trump crying and this and the third. But honestly, Trump was golfing while Joe Biden got called as president elect. Trump didn't have a care in the world, and I'm like, shouldn't that tell y'all something? He doesn't have a care in the world of why what's going on, because he doesn't pay attention to the media and he stopped watching TV. And then also too, Trump is a old celebrity. Trump was a celebrity in the 80s and in the 70s. Okay, he's an old celebrity. Hollywood is corrupted. It has always been corrupted, and he knows. This is why he came out and told it. And this is why celebrities hate him now. So he was all of that. He was a Democrat. Before Trump ran, um, Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton Hillary and Bill Clinton were all best good friends. Bill Clinton advised him to go ahead and run for office. He did. And things went left because, again, as Newt Greenwich says in his book about Trump, he's anti-government. He's not a politician. He's an outsider. Okay, and this government has a Masonic constitution. Um, a lot of Masons, a lot of sorority people, they voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris because Kamala Harris is a sorority sister or something like that. So you have a lot of Masons and sorority people who ushered this in. And everybody knows the past of the Masons. We know it. They've been controlling government for years, right along with lawyers and judges. This is why Trump is saying get rid of all those people, put back in the regular people, because um, back in the day, a president didn't have to have an education. Because George Madison, who's from Virginia, he never had an education and he became the president of the United States. Okay, so all these educated people and all this, degree stuff, that didn't exist in the 1800s and 1700s when you became a president. You didn't have to have that, you know. Now you have to have that, and I understand if you are educated with the wrong information, you can be a threat because you're acting off of wrong information. And basically, you're not good because if you have the wrong information and you go to college and you study the wrong information, you could actually be a problem because your information, it's like a computer. Once you program a computer with a certain program, the program is going to do its job whether it is harmful or not. So, you know, think about that. So this is why you don't see me making guesstimations, because guesstimations are not truth. Statistics are not truth. I took a statistic class in 2014 before I graduated, and I realized the whole time I was pissed off in that class. My blood pressure was going up and down just like it was when I was watching this presidential election. And the reason why my blood pressure was going up and down because statistics are guesstimations. They are not the truth, and statistics can actually be wrong. So this is why I don't really deal with too much statistical information like that, because it's a guess. It's a guesstimation. It's not the truth. It's an expectation. Sometimes statistics can come true, but sometimes it's not. It's unpredictability. And when you're dealing with unpredictability, that can make your blood pressure go high. That can make your emotions change. That can make you emotional and irate, but you have to be logic. Logic is going to prevail over everything else. Be logic. Be see what was. And this fight has been going on for the last 50 years on this constitutional issue. I've been studying since 2008. I've been watching constitutionalists. I've been watching black people talk, but I've been watching all these people. But constitutionalists have already said that this was going on, corruption, how they were subverting the Constitution and not following the Constitution. This is why now you see a lot of people that did support Trump that had guns and stuff like that. They are training now because according to the Constitution, when things do not go by the Constitution, the citizens have a right to tear it down and build a new one. The Constitution says you have a right to rebel. So that is what's going to happen. Rebellion is coming. So I will be on my post where God put me, and I will be dispersing the information to you, whoever you are. So come on by, subscribe. I'm unbiased. Like I said, I ain't picked a side because I stay in the middle and I stay with the Constitution. I ride with the Constitution all day, every day. So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Salon B. Have a great day.